It is an amazing time to be an AMD investor. In this video, we have to talk about AMD and we have a lot to talk about. We have to talk about the price compared to NVIDIA as well as the market cap compared to NVIDIA. We got some amazing news and a couple of price targets before the next earnings report on August 5th. We have the technical analysis just looking absolutely amazing compared to something like NVIDIA. So we have a lot to talk about in this video. If you guys do enjoy content like this, subscribe with notifications on and make sure to leave a like. Our most popular videos have been on AMD, and that is the most hold position on stock that I have besides something like Bitcoin. So AMD is my biggest position, so we have to talk a lot about. We have been absolutely killing it. Now, the past week, AMD stock has been up 13%, the past month, 25%, and the past 6 months, it has been up 51%. Now, my average is around $120. So when I did make these videos, AMD stock did drop, and I was able to average down a little bit more, but my average is still around $120, and even from there I'm up around 45% on my positions on AMD stock since the past couple months. So I've been holding AMD stock for 6 months. Now let's compare it to something like NVIDIA, because in these videos, a lot of people were bashing us on AMD. A lot of people were going short on AMD, and a lot of people, a lot of NVIDIA lovers absolutely hated that video. So if we take a look at NVIDIA, NVIDIA stock up 11% for the past couple months, while AMD stock is at 25%. So AMD doubled the amount of AMD of NVIDIA. I mean, if we take a look at the 6 months, we have 41%, and then we have 51%, so 10% more for AMD stocks. So AMD stock is outperforming, and I'm going to, keep my same position, and I'm gonna say that I think AMD stock will outperform NVIDIA in the next couple months. So I still think AMD is going to be a way better investment than NVIDIA in the next couple months, the next year or two. So we can see NVIDIA at $4.2 trillion market cap. Absolutely massive. So if you wanted 100% return on your NVIDIA position right now on that stock, the market cap would be like at $8 trillion. While we can take a look at AMD stock. So I'm just gonna scroll down a little bit, and we can see there are other companies. We got Palantir over here. We can scroll down, and AMD is at 41st place on the biggest companies. So AMD stock is only at $287 billion, while NVIDIA is at $4.2 trillion. So AMD is 50, so NVIDIA is 15 times of AMD. Okay, 15 times of the market cap of AMD. So we can realistically see, okay, 100% move on AMD, the market cap would be around $500 billion. Okay, so it'll be like top 22 companies. And 100% on NVIDIA, that's going to be a $8 trillion market cap. Just by thinking like that, that is why I am more attracted to something like AMD, because NVIDIA is already so big that you're going to be having diminishing returns on that stock. So that is why, just by doing this simple visualization and math, that is why I prefer AMD as a better investment. So I can expect 100% returns in a year, and we can already see that AMD is starting to outperform NVIDIA. So I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. I know a lot of people are in NVIDIA also. Now I want to talk about AI. We have a lot with AI. Okay, I've talked a lot in my other video, like this one that I made 1 month ago. I went a little bit in deep on that, but we have a lot of price upgrades, and the CEO and the company itself is very, very confident. Now, we know that they raised the price of their chips, and we also know that AMD's artificial intelligent chip, AI chips, are still cheaper than NVIDIA's. So that's going to be a lot more attractive to these AI companies because there's so much demand on NVIDIA, that the prices are going to be a little bit higher because of all of that demand. So we might see a switch to other companies using like AMD. Like we know Tesla uses AMD. Now, we also have many price upgrades from analysts from like UBS. So we're talking about 210 price target. I'm going to be talking about my price target in a little bit in the technical analysis portion of the video, but we have very bullish news from these financial analysts. We also have a um, we have a earnings report on August 5th, and we have HSBC estimating higher revenue for AMD stock from 9.6 billion to 15.1 billion. And we could see that. Let's take a look at the earnings a little bit over here. So we can see that the past years the earnings for AMD has been sort of flat, and that is why you can see the reflection on AMD stock, how AMD hasn't made a all-time high in a while, and it has pretty much been just trading sideways. No new all-time high in a while, pretty much since, if you think about it, 2021, and no significant new higher until 2021, and that is because it's sort of reflecting the earnings report. But as we have AI demand and more revenue and more profit, that's also going to be reflected on the stock. So, our position and our timing on NVIDIA was absolutely amazing. Now, let's talk about the technical analysis. The technical analysis is just looking absolutely beautiful. I'm going to be going in the 12-month time frame. So each one of these candlesticks is 1 year. And by taking a look over here, we can see that AMD stock has pretty much just been trading sideways. We had amazing, amazing buying opportunities. That is why I've made many, many videos on AMD. Now we can take a look at NVIDIA, and we can see that these returns are insane. 30% this year, 171% last year, 238%, 125. Like, these returns are absolutely, absolutely insane. These are Bitcoin level returns. So we can see that AMD on that is really lagging behind. Pretty much just trading sideways over here. But what can we expect from another candle or two next 2 years? Imagine that. Now, right off the back, our price target, I've been saying this on my previous video also, conservatively $227 easily. We haven't made a new all-time highs since like last year, and this is a solid, solid breakout. We finally broke out, and we are holding above this level. It is safe to say that we are going for $227. So from here, it is going to be a solid 30% gain. And then I bought shares, my average again is around at $120. So that's going to be around a 88% gain for us on AMD stock alone. So again, really conservative. The risk reward is absolutely amazing. In less than a year, we can expect 88% gains on AMD stock. So that is what I'm taking a look at. Let's erase our charts right over here, and let's go to the smaller time frames. So 6 months, again, really the same thing. We have massive breakouts. Let's take a look at the 1 month over here. Um, so we can see that we broke off a massive downtrend. We were talking about this in all our previous videos. We broke out of this massive downtrend, and we can see that the next couple months, we can expect candles like these and continuations. We might probably trade sideways or consolidate a little bit before going to all-time highs. But with all of these catalysts and all of these demands, it is a matter of time before we hit all-time highs. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys are thinking, and I'll respond back in the comments. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, and see you guys later in the next video.